This conference will now be recorded.
Hi everyone, good morning. Can you all hear me? Yes or no? Okay. Am I audible? Yes, okay.
Sir, have you uploaded yesterday session in the recorded sessions?
Actually, I did this today morning.
Oh, then I'm not able to
Yeah.
locate it.
So today morning I did it. If I go to recorded session, so you should see 31, like yesterday's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me go back. So yesterday we looked at two concepts. What were they? So we did hands-on actions, and there were some questions, and we also did, what is a group and what is a hierarchy, right? Now let's go and do some hands-on on the group. So what everyone will do is, you already have the sample superstore data with you. Now load that data, and let's say I am into customer segment, and then drag this order quantity onto the text. Okay, order quantity onto the text. And then what were groups? Groups allows us to group multiple rows into single row. You can relate to how we use the group by clause in SQL. You group it, right, from multiple rows into single row. In the similar way, once you build the table or any kind of a chart, if you want, okay, these are the four rows, but I don't want to look consumer and, let's say, corporate and small business. I don't want to look them as a two different rows. I want them as one row. So what you will do, you will click on here, you will press control. Okay, so you will click on the second one. So two segments are selected. Then go here, you would see group members. So now you see that it's corporate and small business. So two rows have been converted into one row. Can you all try this out? And let me know once you're done so that I can proceed. So in the interview, if you come across any group related question, you should be clear on what does a group does in Tableau, and where do we find those options. That is also important. And as I said, when we will be reaching at the end of this training, I'll be having a mock interview, okay? So don't forget that. So there will be questions to each and every one. So you have to, prepare accordingly. Yeah, but I'll be sharing the interview questions as well, before that, so that you can prepare well. Yeah, Vamshi, you have a question.
How do I rename this corporate and small businesses if I want to?
Hmm? So you mean to say give a different name, text?
Yes. Also.
Yeah. So then you will right click on it and say edit alias. You see corporate and small business.
Yeah.
So you can change it.
Okay. Thanks.
But generally we don't do those kinds of changes, because what happens is when the data gets changed, data will get refreshed, right? Now
Yeah.
whatever these are coming from the data, those things will get uh, picked up. But
Okay.
again, manually you have to go and do it. So you know don't get into editing the data, because every time you have to do it manually. So better you create a code, a SAS code and say that, okay, if you find these two corporate and this, you give some name to that, and then you can club it here, right? That name.
Uh, yeah.
Okay.
Hi
Now
sir, good morning.
yeah.
Sir, I am unable to open the sample superstore sir in Tableau sir.
Um. So did
Data is
you?
not coming. Data is not coming.
Okay, okay. So let us see, Paramesh. Can you share your screen? Let's see. Would you be able to share your screen?
Yeah,
Okay, I'll make presenter. Let's see what is the issue. Hmm. Yeah. Okay.
but data is not coming.
Okay. Now, can someone help him here? Why the data is not coming?
He has to drag the sheet.
Hmm. See, you have this is the very basic first step which we did. So once you load the Excel, you see on the left hand side there are sheets, Paramesh, orders,
Yeah,
people, returns, and at the top it says drag sheets here. You see drag
yeah,
sheets here.
yeah.
So it's like you have loaded it, but you have not tracked any of the sheet, how the data will get populated. Now what you do is from the left hand side orders, drag it and drop it there. Yeah, drag and drop.
What about remaining options sir? People returns.
Those people returns are different data sets. So we are not
Okay,
dealing with those because today we will be learning those joins as well. But to make it simple, we are just loading one data at a time. So I've just loaded orders. Got it.
okay. Yeah, how will I know sir? These particular in seats only orders in sample store.
You mean to say why we are dragging orders?
Yeah, exactly. How will know in that orders data? How will find out in sample store, superstore?
No, I did not get your question. What you're saying, like out of those three sheets, why we dragged orders, or what is your?
Yeah, yeah, exactly, sir. Orders data
Ah,
particular. I
see,
don't know which. Yeah,
see, it's on the requirement. See, whenever you get any data, you know that, right? Okay, which data you want to, pull in. It
yeah, yeah,
just,
sir. Exactly.
the sample superstore has three sheets: orders, people, and returns. So, I don't mind dragging people also because we're just learning, right? You could drag any sheet, but we have been dragging this orders sheet because in that orders we have all different types of columns. Like we have date fields, we have numeric fields, we have character. We have good amount of data and columns. That's why we are dragging those orders. But there's no rule that okay, why only orders? We can do any sheet,
Yeah. Okay, sir. Thank you.
right? Because in SAS also, if you all have comfortable with when you use proc import or in file and import data step, you provide the file name, right? In the in file. Okay, on at this location, this is the file which I want to read. Yeah, because
Okay, sir.
we will be clear, okay, which data we want to, work upon. Use only that data, drag only that data. Okay. Now let me share my screen, go to sheet one and start building it. Yeah. Okay. Now there was another method also, right? You can group the things once the table got created, once the view got created. Otherwise, you can click on this customer segment original column, then you say create, then you have group option here. So now everyone knows what is a calculated field, everyone knows what is a set, everyone knows what is a parameter. We have also looked at group. Now if I click on this group, this is also you can do. Let's say consumer and corporate, you want to club them, select them and say group, and then say okay. So the new group will get created. So instead of this, I will drag the new group. Consumer and corporate got clubbed. Second way of doing it. Now, another thing which we looked at yesterday is creating um what is that? Creating hierarchy, right? And how do we create the hierarchy? Okay, first of all, why the hierarchies? What the hierarchies does? We talked about it yesterday. Can you all try to create an hierarchy? Hierarchies allows us to do the drill down, right? Now, how do we create the hierarchy? You select any column and you will go to hierarchy and say create hierarchy. Just have a look at the screen, please. So click on the country, go to hierarchy and say create hierarchy. Now, if I click on this, I'll do OK. Now, how does the hierarchy, how can you identify that this is a hierarchy? You will see this icon, this trees icon, right? Now, in that hierarchy, there is one column. Now, I want, because it's a drill down, right? I want state also to be part of that hierarchy. So, what you can do, you can go to hierarchy. I want to add that to country and region hierarchy. Now, in this hierarchy, there are two columns. I want to add city also. You can also do this. Another shortcut is you can drag and drop it onto the hierarchy section. You see, but I want country as a first hierarchy, then state as a second, and then city. Now I will drag this country region, and let's say I'm looking at discount, I'm dragging on to the text. Now what does this hierarchy do? Hierarchy allows us to expand, to drill down, right? So here we are looking at by each country, then we expand it, we are looking at by each state. When we are expanding it, we are looking at by city level, granular level, we are drilling down with this. Can you all try this out? Create an hierarchy with these three columns and let me know once you're done. Okay, done?
Hi,
Yeah?
sir. Sorry for interrupting.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, I can't see it, this data, sir. I think country in selected so much of countries are there, but once I selected in the only
That could be,
United,
yeah. So that could be a different data set because,
yeah, sir.
see, you're not using uh, your using a different data set, Paramesh. You're using sales data, I guess, or is it Superstore
Mm,
only?
yeah, sample superstore only, sir.
Yeah, in that, okay, so what you do is go to data and download this sample superstore. I think in this you should get. So download this sample superstore.
One second.
Srinu Krishna here. I think what Paramesh have actually loaded is the base Excel, and what we are seeing is the extract, like what we have actually exported.
Hmm.
That may be the difference, because he may not be seeing the hierarchies and calculated fields in that sheet.
Hmm. Yeah, hierarchies anyways he will not be saying. We have to create, but at least he should see the country column, state column, city column, right?
I see columns, but in that data I can't see. Particular some data are coming. One only in that country.
Ah, right. Because we are using some different data, so that's not an issue, Paramesh. So what you do is uh, just drag, because for country you might be seeing some fewer rows, right? India,
Yeah.
United States, I guess. Only one row you might be seeing. I think there's like different data sets we are using it, but you understood the concept, right?
Y-
Take
Yes,
any
sir.
of the columns and create a hierarchy. Yeah. So we'll just look at one more concept and then we will, stop using this sample superstore. Today we'll be using some new data set. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Now there's one more concept in Tableau that is, folders. Now, if I click on any of the columns, you will see this folders option, but it will not be enabled. Can everyone see the screen? So you will not see these folders. Now what I'll do is I'll say group by folder. These folders I'm not able to select. I'll say group by folder. Now see. Okay. Now let me remove this hierarchy. Yeah? Remove hierarchy. Let this be as it is, like how I was having previously. Now let's say I have this country. Now you see this folders option. Until and unless you do group by folder, you will not see this. Okay. Now I will say create folder. Then I would say geographical data. Geographical. So what are geographical columns? I'm saying okay. So you see this. I've selected city and created a folder. So that city is under this folder. Now this concept is simple. Like in your systems, if you want to put similar things together, let's say you want to um, have songs of a particular movie, you create a folder for that movie and put the songs right in that, because it becomes easy for us to identify and use it. Folder concept, right? It becomes easy. In the similar way, the best practice is whenever you load any data, you know that all the columns gets visible into dimensions and measures, but if there are hundreds of here, the complexity is not that much. But when you have hundreds of columns and when you want to drag any of the columns, sometimes it gets difficult to go through all those columns. Okay, this is the column I want to pick, right? But you can give some meaning to those columns by putting them into a folder. That means similar things in one folder. So what I am trying to do is, one example here is I want all the geographical columns. What are geographical columns? Like country, state, cities, zip codes, because those are related to maps, right? I want to put them together. So when I'll go, I will not search for, okay, where is my state? I know that, okay, I need to go to a folder. In that, I will see it. Now, I have city. Now, how do we go this country into that? You will go there and say folders, add to folder, geographical columns. You see? Now, again, I will see all these globe icon ones. Postal code is also there. I will go to folders, add folder, geographical columns. What else do we have? Scroll down, state also we have. So select folder, add to folder, geographical columns. Now, if I look at this, now you see that because next time when I want to search for any state, I don't have to, scroll it. You know that, okay, all those columns have been clubbed. See, I can minimize this, okay? All of them are available in this thing. Now I can also do, one more thing. All the dates I want to create new folder. Date, any name you can give, okay? All the dates you will create. Now I have ship date. Now let me go and save this, order date also. Now I'll go here, go to folder, add to folder. I want to add it to date columns. Now, you may have all the date columns, let's say, 7, 8, 10 columns, all of them you will put it under this folder. So it becomes easy, right? Next time you know that, okay, I just need to go to the date columns folder and pick the columns which I want. Can you all try this out? So this is basically the concept. Now it's not mandate to create folders or not, but it is the best practice and you see the benefit of it, right? So think in terms of a developer when you have hundreds of columns. I'm sure this folder concept would help us to organize the things better. But there is no one would say, okay, why you did not create folder? No, it's up to you. It'll make your
So,
life easy. Yeah.
Sino, I have a quick question.
Uh-huh.
So, can we create a specific order in this? Suppose first I want country, after which I want city. Can we
Ah,
do?
yeah, yeah. Okay, does it not allow in? Okay, so it's sorting alphabetically, but you see that there is no meaning to that order, right? In these folders, in hierarchy, we can do it, but in these folders, I think, yeah, yeah, we cannot do that. No. Let me see if we have any options here. No, because order is not important in these folders, right?
Yeah.
If you put, songs into a folder, the order is not important. It could be anywhere in that folder. So these folders would just help us to, easily locate whenever, you are starting to develop any of the charts. It will help you to, locate it easily. That is the main intention. Instead of, scanning through, okay, where is my state? Now you know that, okay, it will be available in this. Okay, you don't have to look at, okay, where is my ship date? You know that, okay, all the dates now are available in this. This is the concept of a folder, and it's not mandate. It's good to use. Yeah, I'll give one more minute, then we'll jump on to another topic. Okay. Now, can you all? So that was on this. you know, editing the metadata, like, organizing the things and stuff. Now the next topic we'll be looking at creating the joins. So what I want is, in the data I have uploaded sales access db.mdb. Can you all download this? Can you all download this in your systems? Yeah, download it and keep it.
Srinu Krishna here. Like I'm not able to see the folder option. Like when I click on that date column and try to create a folder. Is there any particular reason why I'm not seeing that? I see the field being grayed out.
So as I said, the first thing you want to do is you say group by folder. Until and unless you do this option, you will not see this folders option. So first say group by folder.
Okay.
Just try, Krishna. Is it working?
That's it's now visible. Thank you.
Okay, okay, yeah. Now I hope everyone downloaded this sales access. Now what I'll do is I'll go to the new window. So everyone go to the new, open the new Tableau public window. Now that is, the data is MS Access MDB, MS Access database. Now here you have Microsoft Access option to connect and load the access tables. Now I have selected, let me select
Sir, repeat again which option?
Microsoft Access on the left hand side.
Okay.
Okay, then browse through where is that file which you have loaded, which you have downloaded basically. So I have here sales access DB in my folder, like that. You must have saved it somewhere. Go and select that. So your path will be like this. Okay, so don't do anything here and just say open. Did you all come till here? Do this. Everyone should come till this page. I will wait.
Done, sir.
Yeah. Okay, now what do you see here? MS Access is like a database, right? And we're using the MS Access file. Now, what will be there over there? The tables. In a similar way, in the next session, we will be looking at how do you connect to a database. Now, when you connect to the database, what we will see here, the tables within that database, right? When you connect it to Excel, like how Paramesh showed, he was seeing orders and peoples. He was seeing the sheets in that Excel. In the similar way, when you connect to database, you will see the tables, list of tables. Now, in this MS Access database, these are the list of tables. Now, if you want to look at what is there in that, you could always look at some sample data from here. You see, okay, this is the data, these are the columns. So no need to always drag and see the data. So if you want to understand, okay, what is there in this, you can click on that. If you want to click on, right, you can click and see the data. Now, let's say I am dragging this dcast. Okay, let's not use this dcast. Okay. Now F sales I have dragged, and this is the data. And okay, let me enter. Let me go to new, because there are already some data within it. Otherwise, you'll get confused. Let me open a new window. You see all these sheets in there. So I don't want to play with that. So let me go and open it in the new, totally new Tableau public window. Okay, I don't want anything. Now F sales I've dragged, and if you just want to use F sales, you will drag it and then you will go to the sheet and then you will start using it, right? Now, if I go to the data sources, let's say I want to use another table. So what I did, I dragged in a similar way. Now you see something is going on here. You have F sales, you have decast. This is the join which it has performed. Now, what type of join it has performed? If you click on this arrow, you would see by default Tableau does an inner join, inner left and right. And whenever you talk about joins, everyone would agree that the joins or the merging of the data set should happen on a common column, a primary key column.
Mm, mm,
Hello? Yeah, it should happen on a common column, right? Now, we will decide. So in SAS, you must have decided, okay, this is the common column. On this, I will do a join. But you would see that Tableau is smart enough to understand, okay, in F sales, there is a cust ID. In Decals, there is a cust ID. Now, it's a good idea to have a join on this customer ID. And it did that. But if you feel that, okay, you don't want it on cust ID, you can select. But you see that Tableau is doing it for you. Now let us go and okay, let us go and try to. I'm sure everyone would be aware, but let's do a recap of those different types of joins which are available. Um, what are the different types of joins? Left join, right join, inner join, and full outer join, right? Now, let's say this is your table one, which has 100 records. The second circle is your table 2, which has 50 records. Just imagine this, okay? Now, what is a left join? What is a left join? This circle is your left table, this right circle is your right table. Now, when we say a left join, we are talking about all the rows from the left, right? And matching ones from the right. But the base? What will be the base rows? It will be 100, right? Because you're saying your left table as your base. Okay, someone has a question. So the sales data, MS Access data, you will find it in the Google Drive link. In the data folder, you have the sales access. I have uploaded it today. Go and download it in your systems and then try these options. Okay. I think Anusha had a question. Who is that? Anusha got it?
I can't see like MS Access in my screen, like in the Tableau uh, app. Like I
Okay,
can't see.
okay.
I can't see it.
I think it's visible only access field only, not MS access.
See, Microsoft Access.
No,
No,
sir.
I don't.
Some Tableau sessions are visible to only access. My Tableau app are visible to only access.
Even I don't have that Access word on the screen. I just have Microsoft Excel text file, JSON file, PDF file, spatial file, and statistical file. That's it.
Okay, so in your systems, it seems like you don't have Microsoft Access. You have Microsoft Word, Excel. I think you must not be having access, looks like.
Oh,
Because for all these options, right, it requires some kind of driver. So, but I'm sharing this for the first time. Okay, can you share your screen? Let me see.
sure.
I'm seeing this issue for the first time. Um,
Anusha.
I'm making you presenter. Share your screen. Let's see. Mm, hmm, strange. Um, One second now.
Mhm.
Okay, in your start, can you type access word in your, not
Sure.
here, not here, in your start menu, come to the start menu.
Oh,
Wait,
it's a MacBook.
okay, so how do you, like, if you want to go to Excel, you would go to Microsoft Office package, right? Where you will
Thing is, I
all
don't
those.
have my for MacBook. There won't be MS Office. There would be like
Hmm.
I'm getting.
Yeah, that could be one of the reason because MS Access will not be there.
Okay, so you mean I have to download the
Yeah.
MS
Hmm.
Word? I mean, in that
So,
in that case, I shouldn't see that Microsoft Excel too. Like,
yeah. So in that Microsoft Office packages also, like while installing in your system, they
okay,
must have chosen, okay, they must have not installed the entire MS Office family. So they must have installed Excel and Word, few things. In that search at the top, can you search for access? Let's see if you get anything.
uh,
A double C. Acha, it is going to, yeah.
mhm. I can't say anything.
Yeah, yeah, you might not be having it. That is the issue, I guess.
So maybe I'll try to install MS
Hmm. Yeah,
Word
yeah,
in my
yeah.
system.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Thank you, Sim.
You can try installing this weekend because tomorrow we will not be having it. Saturday,
Okay.
Sunday, you will try it, and then on Monday, if you are not able to resolve, we will see if there is any other workaround. But I'm sure because this is the first time I'm looking at, and I could see that it's Apple. It might not be there, but the other people who have Windows, they would be seeing it for sure.
Okay, I'll try and check it this.
Yeah, sure. Now, where was I? Yeah. Okay, where was I? I was explaining this. So left join is all the rows from the left and matching ones from the right. That means your base will be 100 because on the left hand table you have 100 rows. So you should get 100 if you do a left join. Now, what is a right join? Right join is all the rows from the right and matching ones from the left. So what should be your base? How many rows you should retrieve when you do a right join in this example? 50, right? Yes. Because in the right hand side table you have 50 rows. So when you do a right join, you should get 50 and matching ones from the left. Now, what is inner join? Inner join is a common one, this portion. So it is the common data from both the data sets. That is what this inner join is. What is Full join, it's the combination of both, union of both T1 plus T2, all the rows from T1 plus T2. Understood this concept? I'm sure you must already be aware of. Just wanted to do a recap. Now, when you do this, you decide on which column, whether it is on account number or customer ID or employee number, because those columns will be unique, right? Then you will decide. Now over here, the join is happening on the cust ID, and if you want to do a left join, you can just select it. If you want to do a right join, let's keep it as inner join only. And let us look at what has happened here. So why do we do the joins? Because some columns we have here, some columns we have here. We want to bring those columns together. It's not. So what you will see here is below, you see dcust, dcust. That means this column belongs to dcust. You see cust ID, prod ID. These columns belongs to F sales. Basically, these columns are coming from F sales. You see, so you have columns coming from both these data sets. Yeah, there is a question union in Tableau public. We will not see this full join. Okay, otherwise you will see this. Okay, now so see, everything will remain same. This is the only change we have to do when you're dealing with multiple tables. But after doing this, when you go back to the sheet, everything will remain same. But in the dimensions, you will see two data points basically. So that means since you have two tables, you have dcast and left cells, and the columns got split up into accordingly, like which columns belongs to dcast, which columns are coming from f cells. This is the only change. Otherwise, everything will remain same. So you drag a column from here, you drag a cust ID from here. See, when you will start building this, you won't be able to make out that okay, this column is coming from one table, this column coming from other table, right? And these are the numeric columns. Rest all things would remain same, whatever we have learned so far. The only thing is if you get any requirement in the companies where you wanted to take data from multiple tables, you will drag them, perform different type of join, then go back to the sheet and start building it. Let's say you have um, another one, three tables. You drag it and then you will see the third table also got joined. Now this time you see that in the product dprod there is no column called cust. It has product ID. So in the base table you have F sales. There is a prod ID. It got joined with that. So when you drag it, Tableau smart enough to understand okay on which columns I need to join to which table. But if there are too many tables you're joining it, sometimes it becomes difficult. Huh? Okay. Now, what generally in the companies people do is Tableau is not meant for doing all these ETL operations. Correct. You're joining this to this, and then you're bringing some data. Then that data you're joining with some other table, bringing some other columns. It's not meant for ETL, but Tableau gives you that option because Tableau cannot say that okay you cannot join, right? That will be a drawback. So what you do, okay, write the SAS code, um, do use a proc SQL or data step merge, do that complex joining part outside of Tableau and create one final table. Let's say you're joining 5 to 6 tables, do that in the SAS, create a table, and then that final table you load it into Tableau. That becomes easy, right? Instead of doing complex thing in Tableau. Another way of doing it is if I want to remove this, I want to remove this, how we are dragging here. Now there is also new custom SQL. Now what this custom SQL is, it gives you a window where you can write your SQL statements. So imagine this is your SQL interface, SQL assistant, and start writing your codes here as if you're writing in a database. So let's say select star from, and then you're saying d underscore cust, and then do OK. You see the data is getting loaded of the dcust. So let me not use. And how do we edit it? You click on the arrow and say edit custom SQL query. So which data I was using? D underscore. Okay, F cells. Let me use F cells. We have a lot of rows over there, right? Now you can do the complex queries. Everything you know in SQL, joins, everything you can write it here. So let's say you want to do, some kind of a join, left join, B cust on A dot cust ID is equal to B dot cust ID. We can do these kinds of joins as well, right? So if anyone is comfortable with SQL queries, for them it will be easy. You can just drag it and do that data pulling part. But as I said, even I would not recommend this also. If yeah, it's one table, two table you want to do it, and the table is not that huge, you can do it in Tableau. But if the data is huge, complex queries, better do it outside of Tableau and create a final table and then load it. Got it, everyone? Can you all try this out? Those who have loaded it, try this F sales and dcast. Look at the inner join, go to the new sheet and just get familiar with those two options. Try this out, I'll give a couple of minutes. Once we do this, okay, you can do the hands-on exercises on these. And let me talk about one project, yeah, after this. Yeah, done, everyone. Okay, Rahul is done. Okay, yeah, so these are the joins. Everything would remain same. The biggest task is to join those multiple tables and go to sheet and start using those columns. Everything will be same from here, what we have learned. Now, let me go to the projects. So today I'll be uploading some books as well. Okay, I'll be uploading some books. So if you get some additional time after working on those hands-on exercises and projects, start reading those books. Now in the projects, I have uploaded one more project today, sales and marketing dashboard. And as I said, you know, please start finishing off these projects, because as we go forward, I'll be giving, a couple of more projects. I'll give only when you all finish these things now. Okay. Now, those who have not finished, the first thing you want to do is this US Superstore. Please note down. First thing is US Superstore, and we have looked at, many of you have done it. Yeah, many of you have done, and you have showed also. First thing is, those who have not done, I'm telling, US Superstore. Then you go for this too big to fail banks. Then you go for this My Resume. You remember that My Resume where we drag those text alignment, coloring, and all that. Do this third one. Then you go and do the sales and marketing. So if I want to show this My Resume, even couple of people showed me how they did. But those who have not done, please start finishing off these things, because unless you go and do it, you will not remember. You will not gain that confidence. You want to build this. That is one. Another thing is sales and marketing. If I go here, this is the one you want to build. Go to the presentation mode. This is the first tab. This is, look at the bottom. This is the second one. This is the third one. This is the fourth one. This is the fifth one. And this is the sixth one. So I haven't talked about, there's something called as a story. We'll talk on Monday. But now, how do you want to build this YTD sales and marketing? Let's say example. This is the same concept. Now in YTD, this is the dashboard, right? Where you have aligned those things. Now always you have to look at, okay, these are the sheets which we are using it. Now if there is a blue tick mark, that means this sheet I have dragged it here. Now all these four sheets have been used in this dashboard. Okay. Now how do we go to that dashboards? Right click, the sheets are hidden here, unhide all sheets. If you do that, you would see these four sheets visible. Now if you want to build this, now what you will do, YTD matrix is already there. Insert a new worksheet and say YTD metrics. And if Rahul is working on it, let's say, he will name with his name. Now looking at this, okay, I want to order date and by dimension in rows. You will go here, find for that column, drag it. Then you will go here and see, okay, sum of metric I need to drag. You go and identify that. You would see that, okay, this by, it will not come to this view. Then you would see, acha, why this coloring is different. Then you would say, okay, my dimension has been dragged it onto the color. Let me do the same thing. So the objective is, you have the existing one you are trying to replicate. That is the whole concept, and that is what we have followed for the previous ones also. Yeah. So what I want is, you all have to, create all these things. And while doing so, there will be a couple of things you will see new. You can just note down those questions. If you're not able to do it, then we will discuss it on Monday. But at least I request everyone, this Saturday, Sunday, please spend time on working on these projects, and you would see that difference. And I'm not saying spend a lot of time, just 1 hour on Saturday, 1 hour on Sunday. That should be enough to solve this. And the good thing is, you're not writing any code. Am I saying to write any codes? No, just a drag and drop. Yeah, would you all be able to do it? Yes. And let me know on Monday. On Monday we will spend time on discussing on the projects, and if you have any questions. And then there are some interesting topics which are pending is there's something data blending concept in Tableau. We will talk about the calculations, different types of calculations which are available. There are LOD calculations, we will talk about them as well. And then we will download the Tableau desktop professional. I'll talk about that on Monday. That's fine. And then after doing all these things, we're just looking at the Tableau desktop so far. So what we will do is this dashboard which you will create, let's say, Rahul has created it and he wants to share it with Vamshi. Now, how do we share it? We need to put this onto the server, right? So we will be downloading Tableau online server, and then we will put this dashboard onto that server, and we will provide permission to Vamshi to see that dashboard. How do we control the permissions and all that stuff? We will be seeing it. The admin work. Okay, so thank you everyone. So please continue to work on the projects on the weekends, and we will connect back on Monday. Thank you.